Hi Ron, how you doing today?
Good, Bill. How are you?
I'm just great, and it's wonderful to have you here today.
It's good to be here. It's
Yeah.
good to be together.
Oh, it's fun that we finally got together in Canal, Winchester, Ohio, and it's fun. You know, it's fun when we talk about that. Tell us a little bit about the background of this community here.
Oh my, it's a historic community.
Yeah.
Canal Winchester, the canal part gives you the impression that it was a part of the canal system in
Uh-huh.
Ohio.
Uh-huh.
That was the first major transportation system in the state. So there were many canal towns. But Canal Winchester actually had a canal running right down through the main street for many, many years. Actually, if you think about it, not that long ago, 100 years ago. And so there are still locks around, parts of the walls left.
Mm.
A very historic village, soon to become a city, and located around lots of country and farmland still. Beautiful area, beautiful area.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us for a minute about your role with Mastermind to Personal Power?
That's a really kind of a loaded question because it's a long journey. It's a journey that started even years before we met. I believe that all the choices that we've made in life lead us to where we are right now today.
Mm-hmm.
And that those choices, we can't go back and say good or bad. It's just what has happened. And a few years ago, a situation happened that changed my life, changed my professional life, and then changed my personal life as a result. And what happened to me was a sudden loss of my job, my career. And without going into great detail about that, I had never had anything like that happen to me in my life. So it was a bit of a struggle to regain the confidence that I needed. And the only way that I could do that is through drawing on the knowledge and the information that I knew, and I needed to be able to share that with folks. And so the way to share that is to continue to do what I've always done, which is teach. And it gave us an opportunity to kind of seek out other people in my life. And when I say seek it out, I mean not going out specifically trying to find this or that person, but put into place in my life the things that would attract the right people. It would attract people who really want the same kind of thing. And so I started in with a coaching and consulting business of my own. And I realized very quickly that I couldn't do it just by myself. There's a term that goes around a lot out there called a solopreneur.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of a crazy term because we can really never totally do anything on our own. It's not going to be sustainable. It won't be long-lived. It's through our relationships with people that our careers and our businesses will grow. Certainly our relationship with people, that means more to us in life than anything else. And so it has been a journey. And you and I discovered each other a couple of years ago through LinkedIn. And who would have ever thought that a digital connection could lead to like minds creating an organization that is all about helping other people improve their lives. And it's more than that. It has very clearly become a business to me of providing second chances to people. I needed a second chance. Everybody who is existing today seems like they need a second chance. There are people who have been downsized in their jobs. There are people who just simply, the businesses fold, close up, and suddenly they find themselves just months away from foreclosure, from their houses being taken from them, from being homeless. And it's not just the typical kind of scenario that you have heard of years before. It's everyday people. People who have, by all measures, been successful. Who find it completely unfathomable that they're in a position of need. What we do, what we have been able to create, are the systems to put into place for somebody to start over. And even if they're not really starting over, they may actually need to supplement what they have, because what they had isn't enough anymore. So it dawned on me very clearly, this company is a company of second chances, or third or fourth chances. It's not a company that is designed only to make money. It's a company designed to transform people, transform families, communities. And it's designed in such a way that really it's a grassroots kind of movement. Nothing is built that lasts for a long time without a firm foundation. You build a house, the foundation is the first thing that goes in. You build a company, the foundation is the first thing that should be put into place. And the purpose of that company is the foundation. And the purpose of our company is very clearly to help the everyday person, the everyday man or woman who needs to reinvent themselves, maybe start over. It can be for so many different reasons. Having gone through a life of accomplishment, I have been a worker all of my life. I worked my way through college. I worked full-time and still graduated in 3 years. My whole focus was accomplishment. I'm going to accomplish, I'm going to do. And I spent my years of training in the field of education. So I became a teacher. Well, I still am a teacher. I went through public schools as a teacher, as a school principal. I helped in the private sector in developing training programs for leadership for principals. I was always successful. It never dawned on me that I'd ever have a personal crisis. Beyond the normal kinds of personal crises we exhibit or we experience. When we all have illness and death and those kinds of things that come to us, but some for men, and well, I guess for men and women too, when you are challenged, when your profession has been challenged, and that's what you've made your life and built your life around, you now find yourself in a situation that you just never imagined. So I started helping people, started helping them learn how to plan, how to manage their time, goal setting, and that kind of thing. And it's been okay. I enjoy doing it. But I realized that it hasn't been totally successful because I didn't quite understand what my purpose was. So my purpose with Mastermind of Personal Power is to kind of bring to it the understanding that we are a company who's designed to provide second chances to the world. We have an economy that is crashing and burning around, and we have doomsday folks constantly telling us how bad it's going to be or how bad it is. We have politicians who are only concerned about the next election, not the next generation. We have people espousing hope when really they only hope to get elected the next time. And as a general population, we've fallen prey to the concept or the attitude that it'll all get better. We'll just wait till it gets better. Well, I don't think we can afford to do that. And people who are getting second chances are the people who are given the right tools, the right systems, the right relationships to make that happen. We have far more people here at the grassroots level, down where the rubber meets the road, who need help. And they need help in the way that we can provide. You know, we have 100 years of research and common sense that goes into our company, and it makes us unique. It makes us unique because this isn't about the big corporate world. This isn't about climbing the ladder. This is about taking your life and doing something meaningful with it. With you, with your family, with your friends, your community. So my involvement with Mastermind Personal Power is fulfilling my mission in life, fulfilling my purpose in life. I'm a teacher. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to help people get better. And we teach that which we most need to learn, right? If we are about anything, we are about second chances. We are about helping anybody, and I do mean anybody, start over. And more people need to start over today than ever before. That's what we're about. That's what my involvement with this company is about. If you are involved in the creation of anything, if it does not fulfill your purpose, if it doesn't fulfill the need of a lot of other folks, then it really is just a facade. Over 3 years, I've done a lot of study. And I've studied what a lot of folks are seeing and getting and being bombarded with day after day, either on TV or through their emails, now through text message marketing, and we're bombarded with meaningless mind chatter. It is. It's meaningless. We have people who espouse to be experts in their field, who are charging folks thousands of dollars to come and discover who they are. I don't know how they sleep at night. Because what they're doing is only providing a Band-Aid for somebody, for a little bit. You might feel like you've been transformed for a couple of days, but then you go back to reality and you lose it. And it doesn't stay with you. Mastermind to Personal Power is creating a group of people who sit around you and sit around you all the time. You meet with them at least weekly. And they're there to help support you, build you up, hold you accountable, and let you create a second chance in your life. So that's my involvement with Mastermind Personal Power. That's why I'm here.
That's a very worthy objective.
Thank you.
Something you should be very proud of.
I think all of us want to leave a legacy.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually have heard speakers talk about that before. People can get paid a lot of money by telling people how they can live and leave a legacy. And sometimes it's a gloom and doom kind of speech. If you don't do this, this won't happen, you know. You're going to be remembered for the last worst thing that you've ever done in your life, kind of thing. I think that you're going to be remembered for what you put into place that can be carried on in a positive way with your kids, your grandchildren. That's the thing that makes a difference.
So what I'm reading into what you're saying is that it's not about the people that you've met in your life or how important they are or any of that kind of stuff, which is kind of extraneous chatter and things that don't really count. That what really matters in your life is the people, how you've taken care and reinvented yourself, and then how you've helped other people with what you've learned so that they too could have that second chance. That's pretty cool. Could you expound on that a little bit?
Well, you know what? There are people out there in the world who are missionaries. You know, they go all over the world to help and bring hope to other people. If you've been through some tough times, and I got to tell you, there are going to be a lot of people who maybe watch this interview who have been through rough times. You know, I've been through a lot. I lost my brother to cancer when he was just 39 years old. I watched how the emotional upheaval of that literally destroyed my mother's health. So, and she was gone just a few years after he died. I've watched negative emotions transform people who I thought were friends into people who were not even close to being a friend. And I've watched what anybody who has been through kind of an emotional upheaval in their life, and it's caused maybe through the loss of a job or a loss of a loved one or a loss of a relationship. I've watched a lot of people, how they react to it, and you either do one of two things. You either let it run your life, or you learn how to put it behind you and you move forward. And you stop letting all of the negative pieces of those things that happen to you determine what's going to happen the next day, or the next week, or the next year. If you can't do that, if you don't have the ability to make that transformation on your own, you've got to get it from some other people. We are falling prey to all kinds of negativity, and if you watch TV, all the reality shows, there are very few reality shows that actually build you up. You know, there's always the elimination. There's always drama. They want to emphasize the drama. That's not healthy. What is healthy is to be able to look at reality and then put into place the things, the attitudes, the emotions that make it work. You can conquer a lot. You can overcome the most insurmountable obstacles. But you're not going to do it alone. You're just not going to do it alone. Orville and Wilbur Wright didn't. They needed each other. They used each other's skills to create the first airplane. Mother Teresa impacted the world, but she didn't do it all alone. She did it with love, and that was unending. Didn't matter who she was around, she loved them. Andrew Carnegie surrounded himself with the most brilliant people of the day. But what we have here, and what we're going to be doing, and what we are doing, is we're changing lives of individuals by getting them connected and keeping them connected. It's not a solopreneur. Bill Gates did need to leave the garage for things to begin to move. You know, he couldn't just stay there to create the empire that he did. And we are all there. I mean, we've all been in that position. We want to do it. We want to do it on our own. I really wanted to do it on my own. But what I've realized by getting together with our team, our management team, which is really my mastermind, is that group gets together, it lifts me up and makes me realize anything is possible. Anything is possible. I mean, I've seen things that are just miraculous happen when the right attitude comes to bear. And that's what we're about. That's what I'm here for. I'm going to be a teacher the rest of my life. That's what I'll do. I'll teach the things I most need to learn. But in the process, I hope that I'm able to help some people around me do that and give them some second chances, because I've needed a second chance. And knowing what I've gone through, knowing how this has transformed me, I know it can do it for other people as well. This isn't about creating the newest corporate empire. This is about creating a new culture. A new culture that it can impact the United States, can impact the world. And it can impact your world pretty quickly. It's time. It's time somebody stopped. It's time a group of people got together and stopped all of the mindless, worthless advertising, the falseness of it all, and came to everybody and said, look, we're not about building a new huge skyscraper here. We're about building people. We don't need a shrine. You know, we don't need the mastermind to personal power shrine. We need to help people. That's our reward. And that's what the reward of anybody who gets involved with us will be. If you need a second chance, if you need to start over, if you just need to build a little bit more, that's what we have. Yeah, I'm not going to show you a movie with a bunch of boats and fancy cars and villas. That's not what it's about. Total success is happiness. Happiness is understanding that you're happy with your family, with your friends, that you have enough financial wherewithal to be able to keep all of that in play without worry. Today, with all the things that have happened in the world, we're here to make second chances possible. That's why I'm here. That's as much as I think I can expound on the reason.
Beautiful statement. Thank you so much, Ron. I believe that your take on the mastermind of personal power business has helped us understand how this is a universal message. This is for all of us, not just 2% of us. This is a way that we can all work together and create new opportunity for all of us.
You are absolutely correct. And we've been through enough discussions and meetings with people to realize that that's our purpose. We're not looking at other ways of doing things. This is what we're doing. The purpose of our company is transformation. We will begin by transforming our group, and in a grassroots-like movement, expand. Just like dropping that pebble in the water and watching the circles expand, that's how this works.
So each of us can share this information with the people in our life that we recognize could use additional help as well, a second chance.
Right.
And those people, having been exposed to the material, will recognize that now they can do the same for people they know.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of just a great big advertising program from a company that's just talking about itself, our company is different because our company builds people, and people build a new economy. And we're all going to be part of this new economy as a result of working together, building ourselves, rebuilding ourselves with new levels of self-confidence, and it's a great message. I really have enjoyed meeting with you today. That's really a great message.
Bill, it's a calling. It's a calling. And I shared with you a story of a person I know who recently took his life because he thought there was no hope left. Shame on us if we don't share this information with the world. Perhaps if it just even worked to the point in one person's life where they reconsider that last desperate act, because now they understand they've got some people behind them to support them, to help give them the second or third or fourth chance. That's what we're about.
You have said it all. Thank you, my friend.
You bet. Thanks.